Hi, it's John Terry with Vision Advisors, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join me today as I want to answer a question that many of you have been asking. As you've seen us really focus a lot of energy and effort on promoting the legacy products, several of you that may be new to Vision Advisors are asking the question, why should I do business with Legacy Marketing Group? And if you're brand new to Vision, why should you do business with Vision Advisors? Let me answer the first part of that. Well, actually, I'll let James answer the first part of that in his remarks. I'll answer the second part of that just very quickly. And then I want to give you a little tease of something I'm going to share towards the end of our time today. Why should you do business with Vision Advisors? Every IMO has great product, and we're no different. But the thing that sets us apart from other IMOs is the fact that we work with financial advisors and we help them do one thing better than any other IMO that I know of in the industry. And that's this. We help you as an individual get in front of more opportunities with the types of customers that you prefer to do business with, because we understand how to position you and your marketing so that you get in front of your avatar, the type of customer that you would prefer to do business with over any other. And if we can get you in front of the type of customers you enjoy doing business with that want and need the products and services that you bring to the table, you've got an opportunity there to not only satisfy their needs, but those individuals become raving fans that support your business and introduce you to their inner circle of friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers that allow you to grow your business exponentially. We also invest back into our financial advisors that we work with, giving them an opportunity as they do business with Vision Advisors to be reimbursed for their marketing so they can use those same dollars over and over again to continue to get in front of the type of customers they prefer to get in front of. Now, towards the end of our presentation time today, I'm going to share a little fourth quarter promotion we've got going that ties into what James Marco is going to be sharing with Legacy. You're going to want to stay tuned for. So I encourage you not to leave until this webinar is over. Otherwise, you're going to miss an opportunity to put some additional cash in your pocket. With that, I want to take just a moment and I want to introduce our guest for the day, Mr. James Marco, Regional Sales Manager with Legacy Marketing Group. During my time when I worked with Legacy, I had an opportunity to work side by side with James. He and I have traveled and done road shows together. And I can tell you, when it comes to understanding the Legacy portfolio, this is the sharpest needle in the box. This guy understands the Legacy products, where they work, how they work, and where they fit in relation to helping you identify and solve the specific financial needs of your customer. James started as an internal, now working as a regional sales director with the organization. He is a top-notch dude. And when he has something to share, you want to grab a pen and paper and take some notes, because he's going to drop some nuggets. They're going to help you understand how to take this incredible portfolio of products and use it for the benefit of your clients. With that, James, I'm going to flip it over to you and say thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you, Mr. John Terry. Thank you so much. Nice compliments. I appreciate that. You know, some of it has to do with you kind of, and working with you. And we're going to focus on looking at some things through the lens of the client's needs. I wear glasses because my vision isn't great, but with my glasses and looking through my glasses, we're going to do that today. Those glasses are going to have the client kind of as the focus, the client's needs as the focus, and that's going to direct us through some of our suite of products. So are we going to touch a little bit on product? Yes, we are, but I really, really want to orient this as you're visualizing that client. If you're thinking of a client right now, an older age client, we have a product through 90. If you have a couple in their 50s looking for guaranteed lifetime income. So we're going to dabble a little bit with product, but I want you to visualize that client you have in mind, maybe write their name down and a product. So we're looking through a lens of solving client needs. And as you know, John, if you give enough people what they want, in turn, you can get what you want. Is you can make a lot of hundreds of client couples buying units happy. If we can make enough clients happy, then that of course might make us happy in our business endeavors. So why do business with legacy and vision advisors? Some of you might be, new to vision. Some of you have been on board and you've seen the advantage with vision. So this next slide, why do business with legacy? I'll be focusing on that. But as John said, hey, not only get in front of more people, but get in front of the right kind of people whose needs we know. We're going to ask the questions, but we know what a lot of their needs and desires and their fears are. So get in front of those people, and we can use a legacy product suite. So a huge advantage for those who are not aware is we have multiple products under one umbrella. Whether you're kind of that upper echelon broker, that's going to definitely appeal to you, kind of having, call it a one-stop shop or 3 carriers in one. But for those who only, let's say, do a smaller, just a few annuity cases or a handful, you really get a wide depth and breadth of product offerings, all on one website, all at one 1099. There's an ease of doing business because of our business model. So for now, we're actually going on close to 28 years. We are a product design company. We were started by agents, for agents, looking at it as a solutions-oriented approach. So we build great products, and we partner with 3 carriers. We're actually pushing year 28, I believe. So we're a design company. We're with the agent's mentality, and we do build some great products, but we really build solutions. If you work here, this bullet point here, work with your IMO. Legacy does take the face of a carrier a bit, but we don't have a carrier rating. I'll show you our carriers. They have the paper for your client. It's on their financials. And what you get to do is take advantage of some sweet spots. Every carrier's got their flavor, their kind of type of ice cream or flavor of ice cream. We as agents, we just want to take full advantage of making sure our clients get the best product and their best interest in mind. And we can match it up, whether that's straight accumulation, death benefit rider, guaranteed income. So let's just look at the carriers real quickly. But again, our lens and our focus, we're looking through the lens of your client and their particular needs in retirement. So for the last many, many years, we've recently gone from 2 now recently to 3 carriers, Americo and Emeritus. Those are 2 A-rated 100-plus-year-old carriers you see on our screen. Americo has, a lot of their fingers in some final expense policies. You might see Emeritus, some health and dental. They've come to Legacy and partnered with us to build some great exclusive proprietary index annuity offerings. We don't contract direct. You got to come through Vision Advisors to get these exclusive products. And they're real powerful, and I know you'll appreciate them, you being an agent as well. We build them to really try to emphasize that solutions or need for the client. So these are both A-rated, and I want to introduce our newest carrier partner, brand new carrier with legacy, but not brand new in the industry. So new in the independent channel is Integrity Life, also known as Western and Southern, out of Cincinnati. Here's a quick story to share. Share this with your client. How is your client feeling right now out there in the world, financially speaking? Well, you have the best antidote in the world. People are scared, rightfully so. What we have and what we can offer your client is security and safety. Fully insure your money with we're a young country. This is 1888 here. Quick math on them and all our carriers. If we do that, this is the safest place to really put your money. They're regulated in the best sense of the term. Americo, A-rated. They were from 1909. They were in business for over 10 years. You know where the Spanish flu we read about back from 1918, that last pandemic? We'll share this with your client. What you're recommending they do with their money is fully insure it with a 100-plus-year-old, we joke around, dinosaur of a carrier. But hey, old is good. Old is great. Emeritus, for example, if you're reading on my screen, they've been withstanding pandemics. They actually were formed during the cholera pandemic 31 years prior to the Spanish flu. These pandemics happen every 30, every 100 years or so. And guess what, Mr. and Mrs. Client? Emeritus, Americo, Integrity, they're all back from the 19th century practically. Emeritus here on the screen, they were actually in business for over 30 years when the Spanish flu broke out in 1918. Pat yourself on the back and put your hands up and tell your client, hey, I'm guilty of recommending people fully insure their products or their money with these old carriers. They've been around for over 100 years. They've been through pandemics. They've been through world wars. And here we are today. So before we move into what the product does, just know this. Feel secure and confident that your money is fully insured in the best sense of the term with a company that wasn't started last night, but it's been around since the 1887. You might want to share that with them. That might make the rest of your sale. And Legacy now is up to 3, potentially next year, moving into 4 carriers. And this is really my message behind it. Why do business with Legacy? Well, if your client's hot button is the highest Comdex rating, the highest rated carrier in the independent channel, they're all well rated, but Integrity is the highest out there. If your client's hot button is an A-rated carrier, but they want a guarantee, if their hot button is death benefit, at Legacy, we have 3 great carriers all under one umbrella. And there's some other distinct advantages. And I'm from the old school. Some of us in the past were taught kind of your state guarantee fund at in a 200 or 250,000. There's some advantages of breaking up somebody's money and put it 250,000 in each carrier. You can do that with Legacy. We're 3 carriers in one. But also, want to share this with you. Some clients, and I think some of us agents as well, we know about the state guarantee fund and breaking $2.5 million across 10 carriers. We got 3 carriers if you want to do that. But what many clients, what we're seeing at Legacy is, and we'd like to be your home of your jumbo case. So many clients are saying, I get it. No, I don't want to break my $2.5 million across 10 carriers. You, the agent, maybe not want to, you're not on board with writing 10 applications. There's advantages to it, but what we're finding is a lot of clients want simple, easy, it's already together in a trust somewhere else. If they want to bring it over and just issue it in one pop, then we want to be your home of jumbo cases. 2 of those carriers will issue the full $2 million. Our case size used to be $1 million. 2 of our carriers will take up to $2 million. There's no reduction in commission for you, for your hard work, for your fee for service, by the way. Integrity takes $1.5 million without a jumbo case approval form. I just got one approved for $2 million with them. Story is this, the multi-carrier advantage. You got a client who's got $2 million or $4 or $6 million. They want to just put it in a couple of spots or keep it consolidated. Send me your $5 million case. I understand that there's advantages to breaking them up amongst multiple carriers. Some clients say, hey, let's just keep the 2 million or whatever in one spot. We are a great fit for your client. I can take 2 million with Americo, 2 million with Emeritus, 1.5 million with Integrity without any comp reductions or home office approvals. That's 5.5 million you're looking with under one umbrella, one spot to get your app, one spot to do your product training. There's a nice one commission team to pay you and answer questions on that. So there's a convenience in regards to that for you and the client. And if we take on a 4th carrier next year, Legacy's coming with a multi-carrier advantage. So that is a huge advantage of Legacy. Anything you want to add in there, John, while I take a sip of water and a breath real quick?
No, I think the opportunity to be able to bring those large cases and have the opportunity to work with one relationship where that money can be divvied up among these A-rated carriers, all with their own different unique nuances. You got the ability to do accumulation, the ability to do guaranteed income, the ability to do that leave behind money, and also address some of those chronic long-term care issues, all inside the Legacy portfolio, each uniquely recognized by the vendors that you bring to the table and the paper by which your products are written on.
Wonderfully said. So right in there, we're going to just kind of jump in. Let's say you have 5.5 million and you want to split it amongst the Legacy suite of products and carriers. You may have a client where this first chunk is really earmarked. The big one is earmarked for lifetime income for you and maybe the spouse. We have a standout payouts on our income riders, including spousal, and maybe another chunk is earmarked for the kids. This is the death benefit rider. We're going to earmark that. And another one's emergency. What if your health declines care fund? So we were going to dive into a little bit of product, but not what the product is what does it do? What does it do for you, client? What fear of your clients does it address? And honestly, everything comes back to fear. All these A rating and security, that means your clients can feel good about their money safe. And it really comes back to fear, or fear of running out of money. So I'm going to kind of comb across the top of the product suite. Your call to action is really reach out to Vision Advisors. We have some turnkey videos that are approved for client consumption, 2-minute product videos, which do a great job kind of selling it a commercial. Those are client approved. So reach out to Vision and get those. You could post those on your website. You could email them to your database. Fully client approved means just that. You could blast it to 1,000 clients and start setting appointments. So reach out to Vision to get that video, and maybe check your contracting status if you're with Legacy or not. But make sure to ask about that little promo that John's teasing us about. I'll move along so we can hear about it more, but he probably has a piece to share with you about a little comp bonus for you as well. So on our product suite, whether you're looking for guaranteed lifetime income, we have a product that has a guaranteed roll-up flavor. We also have a product that can produce the most income with performance. So my goal is to put this money in a safe place and retire on it for guaranteed lifetime income. And can I put my spouse on there too? Yes. And the payouts are great. You need to look at spousal payouts. It's really a better deal from an actuarial perspective. The payment is a small haircut, but let's add your spouse on there, and that might be the hot button for your client. So we have guaranteed roll-up. On my screen, you see this flexmark select. It's a 7% compounding roll-up. It's guaranteed for 10 years. I'm going to retire in maybe 7 or 8 years. What can you do for me? I want to know exactly to the dollar, no questions asked, what I'm going to get in retirement. Then you'll want to look at flexmark select. Write the product down. Flexmark select, guaranteed roll-up if you're looking for that. The sister product Income Mark simply can produce the most income out there because it's performance driven. So a 2 or 3% performance in the indexing, we multiply it by an aggressive multiplier. And this is with performance. It needs very modest performance, can generate the most income. Your client says, well, all I got's 50,000. I wish I had more. What aggressive product can we crank out as much income as humanly possible or conceivable in 5 to 10 years? Income Mark Select, because it uses performance driven, can simply produce the most. Great income rider products. I'm going to leave it to there. Just write down the name, FlexMark Guaranteed, Income Mark Performance Driven. You'll want to circle back to Vision for more details we can't cover. I like this, John, if you see it on my screen there, and feel free to reiterate this, is do some needs analysis. And John does a good time, if you talk with him, getting some questions in there. And you might hear clients kind of eventually open up and say something like this. Really, my goal is to put these funds in a safe place, take withdrawals as they need, and pass as much money along to my family as possible. We've all heard some kind of reiteration of this. I just want to stick the money in the rainy day money in a safe place and take those required minimum distributions because I'm required to. But my real goal is, I have to take this distribution I'm required to every year. I really want to give it to as much money to my family. But if I have a health emergency, I want access to it. What in the heck in the world can do all this for me? Well, it sounds like a fixed index annuity. We can give them guarantees. You take your required minimums because you have to. And we have some death benefit riders that can replenish the fund if it's dragging it down. So let me introduce you, write this down, circle the Vision. We have the best death benefit rider on the planet, I think, in the industry. But more importantly, it's really getting to the client. Figure out, what are we doing with this qualified money? Are we using it as an income stream, as a supplement income? No, I really want to just kind of not use it and give as much money to my kids. But, I might withdraw on this money until I die, maybe for 30 years. Well, and a death benefit rider could be a perfect fit. Take your money as you need it. We have the lowest cost one out there. We can add it to 2 different products for 0.3%. It's a rider. 0.3% on $100,000 is a $300 cost. It's a low-cost rider. And after 3 years, it adds 30% to your attained contract value. So I have an age cutoff at 75. I have a different death benefit rider available through age 85, by the way. You might want to ask, let's Find out the age of your client and their needs. Very two important things. And what you'll see is with no underwriting and lump sum, write this down and ask them about it. I don't have enough time to give it love. It's called Heritage Maximizer. It's lump sum and it's really powerful. I give an example on myself. I'm in my 40s, so I'm 46, and I'm more of an income rider than a death benefit rider candidate, for example. But you never know until you ask. You might ask if somebody in their 40s, a client of yours, what are your goals for these funds? Are we looking for retirement in 15 years? You're going to retire me? What if I surprise you and say, actually, this chunk is earmarked for the kids as a death benefit. I can't get life insurance, or for whatever reason, it's an odd ball of qualified money I had from a former employee. You name it. This is earmarked for a death benefit. What this could do is I, as a 40-something-year-old, could put my money in here and I could die 50 years from now. This is going to add 30% to my attained contract value. So it's really powerful. It does not have a 10-year limit. This adds 30%. If I had $1 million and it grew to 2 or 3 or 5 million over 40 years, I don't have $5 million, or $1 million, but if I did, whatever my account grew to over whatever amount of time, we add 30% to it. It's a very, very powerful rider if you want to add it to it. Switching gears a bit, also on that product is a minimum guarantee. We have accumulation products with a 1% guarantee. I know it may sound crazy, 1% guarantee. I mean, look at interest rates today. Maybe it's not it doesn't really knock my socks off, but with today's interest rate environment, our index annuities with Americo, these two down here, your client's guaranteed to make 1% with a shot at more. So most index annuities, the guarantee is 1 on 87.5%. Nothing wrong with that. This is 1 on 100. I can show you on the illustration. If the hot button is a guarantee and your client's going to go buy a CD at the bank at a 1%, we can show them and address their hot button. I know you like guarantees and you're thinking of buying a CD at a modest 1% and pay taxes. We have an index annuity that guarantees you're making 1% at the end of 10 years or 7 years. It's 107. You're guaranteed at the end of 10 years, this value, if your account value is 150 or 160, you walk with the greater of the two. You're truly guaranteed a shot with 1% with a shot at more. Some clients might say, finally, somebody listened to me and just gave me a 1% guarantee with a chance to make more of reasonable rate of return between 3 and 5 or 3 and 6%. So if guarantees are the hot button, we have those in spades with a couple of our products. If death benefit rider is the hot button, we have 30% added to your attained account value, the best death benefit rider in town. Now, if you're looking for solutions, so this is where John, look alive, you might want to chime in. I'll be listening here. This is where a lot of our bigger sales come in, are here. Income riders with these booster doublers, similar to long-term care. This is not long-term care, traditional long-term care. This is an annuity with a guaranteed lifetime income that will double the payment if the client loses 2 out of 6 activities of daily living. Or back to our first scenario, our client. We have a client who actually has the big chunk earmarked for lifetime income. They have a smaller chunk earmarked for legacy, and they have another smaller chunk earmarked for declining health. Or maybe it's the wife's chunk or the spouse's chunk. Our 2 of 6 impairment, if you have long-term care background, this is a solution to help a client at home, ability to receive care at home. Tell me about your parents, what happened with them. Great question. They're still alive. Or what happened with mom when her health declined, when she went to the nursing home. How would you like the ability to have extra money to help pay for some home care? Instead of going into the nursing home, extra money that pops into place to receive care at home for a few years, maybe keeping you at home a little bit longer versus a nursing home. Is that a solutions-oriented approach? John, I need to take another sip of water. Jump in here, because I know I'm in your wheelhouse right now.
You know, I love this income doubler approach, because one of the things that we see here at Vision Advisors oftentimes is we're working with producers and talking with them about the issues their clients are dealing with. One of the areas we find that is always a concern is what happens if I get sick before I die and I can't take care of myself. We know statistically, if given the option, most clients would prefer to receive care in the comfort and privacy of their home. But if you look at a lot of the traditional ways that people plan for long-term care, it requires confinement for them to be able to receive benefits. Oftentimes, that's the case. With this particular solution here, they've got an opportunity with no medical underwriting to have an opportunity to receive a guaranteed income and at the same time double that payment in the event they get sick along the way. And in the solution that James is pointing out, it's not only a double payment on a single payout, also a double payment on a joint payout. That's a big deal.
Excellent. Exactly right. So singular, I would encourage you, things have changed. When we ran joint payouts, 5 or 10 years ago, there was a significant drop in payment. They dropped 33%, and most of us said, forget about it, single payments only. Things have changed. If the spouse, he or she could just be same age or a couple years younger, the drop in payment for this joint payout we're talking about, we can do it on qualified money. We couldn't do that years ago. You can do joint payouts and qualified money. The payment drops 10%, not 33%. When you look at it and you ask a client, especially in a competitive situation, they're going to thank you. Would you rather have guaranteed lifetime income on your life at $100,000 a year, or on both you and your younger spouse's life around $90,000 a year? Well, they'll be astonished and say, gosh, no one ever asked me about my wife. You're saying I can get income on both of us? Myself, my wife's 4 years younger than me. I would take $90,000 on both of us versus $100,000 on just me all day long. Her grandfather's still alive in his 90s. The longevity on her side is females. So now we're talking about a solution. And now you got to my hot button. I don't care as much about guaranteed income for life. I care about when I die, that going straight to my wife. It continues on a joint payout. Wow, educate, inform, advise, joint payouts and qualified money. And if I pass away, it just continues that monthly payment never stops and continues until she dies. Now you've got me a solution, and I'm excited. So the doubler payment, we have it on this product, Journey Mark, in all states, including California, Texas, Florida, a couple big ones. Got it everywhere except for New York. Not going to have the product there. And I'm going to have to wrap up. If you're looking for straight accumulation with or without that death benefit rider, we have a classic mark through age 90 with no fees, very straightforward. I have Liberty Mark with a built-in fee. Either one can take accumulation. So a couple of products, you were looking for no fees, straight growth through 90. This is a straightforward solution that's easy to sell. This one's on steroids. It's got a fee built in that buys up the rates and caps. I sold this product to my own parents. A couple years later, an 18% return came in, and we like this fee to buy the upside. So a couple great products for straight accumulation. I'm going to see if I can toggle real quick. This is the new Journey Mark, illustrations on your screen. I have a fancy PowerPoint I never really got to, but I will show. I showed you the slide here. We have a new product. We're going to do probably record a different one if you can find the recording. We recorded one earlier, I think, in the year, but we could do another one. And we have 3 faces of this great new product, whether it's a straight accumulation. If you're looking for liquidity, we have return of premium available in 3 years with this rider and a bonus. If your client likes bonuses, if they like return of premium, more liquidity, we have a version. And this one here is an income focus. I really don't have time, John. I think we'll wrap it up here. I want to show this income focused expanse rider. This is where my illustration is. And I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I just want you to take some notes and reach out to Vision and say, hey, tell me about this Journey Mark with expanse rider. That's the one that James and John reviewed, where it has a great income rider that we're showing on this column here, but it also has a death benefit rider. If you don't trigger our income rider, you take our account value and we add 20% to the right. We add 20% to your account value as long as we don't trigger income. So I want to, if you're taking notes, the Journey Mark with expanse rider, it's kind of the total package. Write that down. This client in 10 years, their money's grown well. They can either trigger income, they can get a booster doubler, put their spouse on there. They could walk away with their 162,000. They can let it ride as long as they don't trigger income. whatever the account value grows to, and I'm showing it here growing to over 40 years to 790,000, as long as they don't trigger income, this death benefit rider sticks to it. We add 20% to it. So this Journey Markets Expanse Rider is kind of the total package. We can trigger income in 10 years. We can walk in 10 years. We can not trigger income and let it ride and use it for death benefit rider purposes. So it really is a great, robust product. It has 3 faces. And with that, John, I think we're about to hit our time limit. If we could, or if you want to jump ahead and find the webinar recording on Journey Mark and check it out, or reach out to Vision again. You'll want to get the video on this hot new product, A+ rated carrier. Ask about this little promo special. I guess speaking of which, John, what are we looking at here? You've been teasing us. What are we looking at for this new special for the rest of the year?
You know, James, one of the things that we wanted to do for the end of the year, we always try to find some way to incentivize our producers to really have an opportunity to serve their clients at the end of the year when clients are kind of making those last minute adjustments to their portfolio. And this year, we as an organization decided we wanted to focus on the legacy product portfolio. So what we're doing is for the street level producer, the general agent that is contracted with Vision Advisors, if they're selling Americo, Emeritus, or the Western and Southern product, issue ages 0 to 75, they're going to have an opportunity to earn the incredible commissions that you guys as an organization pay out with those respective carriers. And then we're going to add to that an additional 50 basis points on top of the already attractive commissions that Legacy offers through their carrier partners. That's going to be available for all products sold between October 1, December 31, and funded by the end of January. For complete details, they can go to our website, visionadvisorsinc.com, to get that, or they can reach out to us here at Vision Advisors, 1-800-505-8489. Again, 1-800-505-8489. They can press 0 and be immediately connected to one of our business consultants and have an opportunity to get the full details on this Q4 Legacy Bonus Cash program that we're going to be putting out. We think it's another way that we can add value to the producer, and that's on top of money to market that they've got an opportunity to earn. So they're really in the fourth quarter getting a chance to double dip on us investing back into their business in an incredibly powerful way. So James, what do you think?
I think that sounds great. And I'd say get it while it's hot. Who knows if something like this will be available next year. So I would jump all over that. And I should have mentioned, yeah, we have good comp. The product you're looking at the screen, 0, I think to 70, it's a 7.25 commission on a 96 Comdex score. If you got 50 bips through the rest of the year, like I said, who knows if that will stick into next year, maybe not. So I would jump all over that. That sounds great, John. Thank you so much for having me on the call. Thank you. So I'll sign off and just thank you, John, and thank everybody who joined us. And we appreciate your business up front. Be well.
Absolutely. Let me also mention that we have all of the consumer approved videos that James referenced earlier. And if you want an opportunity to be able to email something to your clients, to put a very attractive video on your website, or to use that in your social media marketing, again, an area of expertise in helping you get in front of the type of customers that you want to spend more time working with, that's what we help you do here at Vision Advisors every single day. Let me give you our phone number one more time, 1-800-505-8489. You can also go to our website, visionadvisorsinc.com. That's visionadvisorsinc.com. At the bottom of the homepage, you've got the calendar to access every one of our business consultants to schedule time that's convenient for you to have a conversation with them as well. On behalf of Legacy Marketing Group and Vision Advisors, I'm John Terry. I want to say thank you for being with us today. James, thank you for your time as always. We sure appreciate the relationship we have with Legacy and look forward to the opportunity to help introduce more producers to the amazing portfolio of Legacy products. Anything else, James, before we wrap up?
Thank you, sir. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you all for joining us and have a great day.